College football is a game that requires skill and knowledge, and being able to combine both of these things will make you an elite player. So in this video, I'll be going over 5 enormous mistakes every college football player makes that loses them games and how to fix them so you can start leveling up your game. So if it's good with you, let's get into it. Alright guys, so one huge mistake I see people doing that pretty much costs them games all the time and takes their offense from a 10 out of 10 to like a 2 out of 10 is not pass leading correctly. So let me show you a bad example here. Right now, the defense is in a cover 3, and right now I just want you to see the right side. I have a corner route on this tight end. This corner could be thrown to against cover 3 or cover 4 with a good pass lead. But with a bad pass lead, this is what's going to happen. It's not going to be a very good pass, and well, should have been a pick. That's a bad pass lead. I pass led the ball up. Why would I want to pass lead the ball up if there's a deep zone or a deep defender up there? What you want to do is pass lead the ball down, away from those defenders. So again, I'm in a cover 3, and right now I have a corner on this tight end. I'm going to pass lead the ball down by moving the left stick down. Then I'm going to click onto the receiver and come back to the ball. So I'm going to snap the ball, and you're going to see I'm going to freeform it down, come back to the ball, and I don't even get touched by that deep third. So there's a difference there between a bad pass lead and a good pass lead. The good pass lead will make this receiver open. Right now, this doesn't look open, right? But we can pass lead this ball right here to the 20-yard line where there is open space, and we can click onto the receiver towards and then move him towards that open space and get a wide open catch. And that's the difference between a good pass lead and bad pass lead. So let me show you another bad pass lead with that same play. So again, defense is in a cover 3. I'm going to snap the ball. We have a corner on the tight end. We have a bad pass lead. And guess what? That's a pick. So people are going to be like, I see people throwing that all the time and they get it all the time. I don't understand what I'm doing. Well, you're probably pass leading incorrectly. So let's do this one more time. You're going to see we have pretty much that same route combo on the right side. Defense is in a cover 3 hard flat, and we're going to be able to throw that corner route wide open with a pass lead down. I'm going to snap the ball, pass lead that ball down. We get a wide open catch, and nobody's even near us with a pass lead down. Once again, if we don't pass lead that ball down away from the defender on that corner, guess what happens? It's probably a pick, or whatever that was, should be a pick. So again, pass leading is a huge deal. But what if we wanted to pass lead or a different route? That was a corner route. Let's try a post right here, all right? So now we have a post. And right here, again, we're in a cover 3, and we're going to have to pass lead this ball down away from that deep outside third on the left side. So I'm going to snap the ball, and you're going to see that I'm going to pass lead this ball down, come back to the ball, and boom, we have an open receiver that doesn't look that open before you pass the ball. So for example, let's go to the instant replay. If we were to look at this in the instant replay, he's running right towards that deep third, right? But with a pass lead down around right here where that reticle is, with that pass lead down and we come back to the ball, we throw open our receivers. That's the goal as a QB. You want to throw the ball to our receivers in that open area instead of right to defenders. So let's do that again. Let me show you the bad example, what a lot of people do. So once again, we're in a cover 3. We're running that same route combo. If we were to pass lead this ball up, you're going to see, well, we throw it right into the deep third, and now it's a pick. It's the same route combo, but different outcome, all because of the way we're pass leading. So let's show you that one more good example. How did I do this again? I wanted the streak by him. Sure, this is pretty much the same thing. Let's show you the good example here. Hopefully we don't get shedded. We're going to pass lead this ball down. That's a red throw somehow, but we still passed that ball down, and we clicked onto the receiver and came back to the ball, that time for a positive outcome. So pass leading can literally make or break your offense. If you pass lead incorrectly, that could be the reason why your offense is struggling. So getting the pass leading down will take your offense to the next level. Now, what do we have on the left side of the field right now? We have a corner route, and so many people give up corner routes, and ultimately they lose games because of it. But there are so many ways we could defend corner routes. So after this tip, you'll really never struggle with guarding corners ever again. So first, the most basic way of defending corner routes is to simply just user it. So if you're playing somebody who's spamming corner routes, we're going to use our linebacker here, and we're just going to run with the corner to the sidelines, and we can probably pick this ball off just like that. Now that's the most basic way to guard a corner route, and if you do that, you do give up the middle of the field. So if you're playing against somebody who's pretty good, they'll realize that and start hitting you in the middle of the field. So we need more advanced ways to guard corners. Another way to guard corner routes is to simply switch stick, and you can switch stick by flicking the right stick in the direction of a player that you want to switch to that's also in a zone coverage or man coverage. He just needs to be in a coverage assignment. So you can't switch stick to any of the D linemen because they're in a rushing assignment. So right now, we're going to set up that corner route, which we have it set up on the left side, and I'm going to switch stick to this flat and then move all the way up to guard the corner. So I'm going to user this linebacker here, and then I'm going to snap the ball. I'm going to flick the right stick to the flat and then move up with that player, and then we can pick that ball off, hopefully not drop the ball. So I'll do that one more time. So once again, we're going to flick the right stick towards the defender we want to switch to. So I'm going to snap the ball. We're going to flick the right stick towards the flat. We're going to move towards the corner, and you saw that the corner was guarded. We'll do this one more time so we can show you with a thrown ball. We're going to snap the ball. We're going to switch stick to the flat, and then we move up to the corner, and we get that pick just like that, and you can bait a lot of throws like that. So that's another way you could guard corners. It's a little advanced. It, again, involves switch sticking, but again, you can bait so many people with the switch stick. Now, what's another way you could guard a corner? Well, we're going to use the switch stick mechanic, but we're going to do something a little different. We're going to user this linebacker on the left side, and then we're going to man up the corner route with our user to the potential corner route. So in this case, it's the wide receiver, and now he's manned up. But when he's manned up, we're going to switch stick off of him. So we're going to switch stick to this hook curl, and then our original user is still going to run with the corner while we switch stick to another player and can guard the middle of the field. So I'm going to snap the ball here. We're going to switch stick, and you're going to see that that player runs with the corner, and he is locked down on that sidelines. And I have two controllers. I meant to throw it there, but didn't get it in time. But you're going to see, so we're using this player who's manned up to the corner, and then we switch stick off of him, and he still runs with the corner, and that's a very tough throw to make, and it could probably be an interception. So let's show you that one more time. So we're going to man up our user to that corner route. We're going to put him on a corner route, so we can show you here. So there's the corner route, and then we're going to snap the ball. We're going to switch stick off, and then we're going to throw it, and you see that we have that player running with the corner once we switch stick off of him. Let's go to the instant replay one more time. And you see that once we switch stick off of this player, he still runs with the corner, and he is locked up and cannot throw that corner route. So that's another way and another advanced way that you could bait corner routes with the switch stick. Now, if you don't want to switch stick, you could just man up the corner route and then just user somebody else before the play, and that could work too. So just simply manning up the corner could also work if you don't want to switch stick, but switch sticking just makes it more difficult to make reads for your opponent. Now, another way to guard corner routes is with cloud flats. Now, right now, I'm in a cover 4 drop. Cloud flats are also in cover 2, like Tampa 2. So right here, we have a Tampa 2, then we have a cloud flat on that outside corner. But you can also just do this. So if I go back to our original play, the cover 4 drop, if we shade underneath by pressing wire triangle and down on the right stick, those curl flats then convert to hard flats. But if we shade back up, so pressing wire triangle and then up on the right stick, the hard flats will then convert to cloud flats. And these cloud flats defend corner routes very, very well. So you're going to see here that the cloud flat, even by the slot corner, is going to guard this corner route just like that. And right there, I thought he was about to get above him, but you saw that we were able to make a play right there. So let's do this again. We're going to shade up, or we're going to shade down, and then we're going to shade up to convert our hard flats to cloud flats. And you can move the slot corner out a little bit so he could defend that corner route a little bit better, maybe even a little bit more up. And then maybe you want to put that linebacker on a flat so we guard that flat. So right now we have a flat and cloud flat on that side. And then we're going to put that corner route there. We're going to snap the ball, and you're going to see that the cloud flat does a super, super good job of getting to that spot to defend the corner route. So cloud flats do very, very good at defending corners. Now, another way to guard corner routes is with zone drops, and more specifically, putting your curl flats. So we're going to go to coaching adjustments here, and we're going to put our curl flats anywhere between 20 to 30 yards. We'll just go 25, split it in half. Then we'll go to cover 3 sky, why not? And then we're going to pretty much just go to the same play on offense, set up that corner route on the left side. And what I want you to see here is that this curl flat does a really, really good job at guarding the corner route. And since the flats will be guarded, we can just put the linebacker in a flat here. And since there's no corner route being ran on that right side, we can also put our slot corner in a flat. Oh, actually, we have a different thing here. Let's do this. Boom. So there. Now we have this Mabel setup on the left side. And when we snap this ball, you're going to see the curl flat is going to guard this corner route, and it's going to be an easy pick. And it's one of the best ways to guard corners because it almost like matches on to the corner route in a sense. So if I go to the instant replay here, you're going to see that this curl flat literally like runs the corner route for him, and we get an easy interception. So let's do this one more time. Right now, we'll just leave that curl flat on the field. We're going to set up the corner. I'm going to snap the ball, and you're going to see the curl flat once again is going to guard that corner for another easy interception. So I just showed you a ton of ways to guard corner routes, so you should really never struggle with people spamming corner routes ever again. For the next tip, I want to go over run defense, and run defense is super important. If you miss tackles, if you don't have good run shoots, you're going to see you can give up easy yards almost every single time if you don't get your user involved. So right here, you're going to see the user gets blocked right there, and we're able to get a ton of yards on the ground. Now, the best way to guard or defend run plays is to user a linebacker and stand about 5 to 7 yards back. When you're facing shotgun runs, you want to stand on the same side as the running back and then 5 to 7 yards back. This gives you a really good angle to loop around offensive linemen and shoot the gap. So once again, you want to stand on the same side as the running back and about 5 to 7 yards back. Now, the reason you want to stand 5 to 7 yards back is because if you stand too close to the offensive line, you're going to see that you're just going to get blocked right away, and they're going to be able to get easy yards on the ground, and you're not going to be able to get your user involved. But if we stand 5 to 7 yards back and on the same side as the running back in shotgun runs, you're going to see we can loop around and we can make tackles right there. He broke the tackle there, but you saw it was better run defense. And right there, we need to make that tackle. So we're going to do this again. We're going to stand 5 to 7 yards back on the running back side in the shotgun run. We're going to loop around and we're going to try to make that tackle. And right there, we had the edge. Whereas if we standed close to the offensive line, you're going to see we're not going to get the edge, and the running back is going to have all day to run, all this room to make people miss. But once again, we're going to stand 5 to 7 yards back. We're going to loop around the offensive line, and we're going to be there to make tackles, and the run game is completely shut down. The other thing I see people doing is using the D-line. When you user the D-line, once again, you are not going to be able to get your user involved to shoot gaps and make it hard for the offense to run the ball. So I'll do this again. We're going to user the D-end here. You're going to see that like I'm getting blocked, and the running back is going to be able to get easy yards. So once again, you want to always user a linebacker, stand 5 to 7 yards back on the same side as the running back in shotgun runs. Now, what about under center runs? So under center runs, this is where the running back is lined up in the middle. So we can't really choose a side because once again, the running back's in the middle. So what we do is stand 5 to 7 yards back, right in the middle of the formation, lined up with the running back. And then at the snap of the ball, we react to what side the ball is being ran to. So when they snap the ball is being ran to the right, we're able to shoot that gap to the right side. Whereas if I lined up close to the line of scrimmage, we're not going to be able to shoot that gap. And even though our defensive line got a lot of sheds there, we were still able not to shoot the gap. And right now we're a really good team. We're Ohio State. But you're going to see if, again, I'm going to try to do this again. We're going to stand too close to the offensive line. We don't really... we're not able to shoot the gap, and they get probably 4 yards there. As we know, though, the computer doesn't really make plays for us all the time, and they're going to be able to get a lot of yards on this if we don't get our user involved. So once again, you don't want to stand close to the line of scrimmage in any run play, and what you want to do in under center run plays, you want to stand 5 to 7 yards back, react to where the ball is being ran to, and then try to shoot that gap. And you can kind of interrupt different blocks if you can't shoot that gap and get computer players to make the play for you. So for example, in this play, I was able to disrupt this right guard, but because of that, the computer player was able to make a play on the ball. So let's do this again. We're standing 5 to 7 yards back. We're going to be able to try to shoot this gap, and we do a really good job of disrupting that open gap, and now the running back gets negative yards on the play. So that is the main strategy on how you can stop most or pretty much all run plays. We've all been there before. We have all played people who just play man coverage, and sometimes it can be very annoying. And I see a lot of people not being able to beat man coverage because they don't put good man beating routes on the field. So for example, this play right here is not a good man beater. Why? Well, we just have a bunch of routes pretty much running vertical that don't really have a high chance at beating man. They could beat them over the top, but against cover 2 man, there's 2 deep safeties. So even if they do get beat over the top, or they do beat them, there's going to be a deep safety there, and as you can see, it's going to be a pick. So the key is to put good man-beating routes on the field. So now I'm going to go over a bunch of man-beating routes so you can put them on the field and beat man coverage spammers. Now the first route I want to go over that beats man coverage the majority of the time are whips, or they're also called zigs. Zigs and whips are really what they're known in the football world, but they're very good at beating man coverage. And you're going to see here in this play, I'm in the play called whips in bunch tight end in the Alabama playbook. We have 2 whips on both sides of the field. So when I snap the ball here, these whips are going to beat man coverage the majority of the time, and that's what you need. You need routes that will beat man the majority of the time. Sometimes routes could get locked up. That's why man coverage sometimes is good for people. But again, it's like taking a chance. You're letting the computer play for you, and you're hoping that they could lock down certain routes. But again, I'm going to run this play again, and you're going to see that we're going to be able to get open routes almost every single time because whips are just very good at beating man. So that's the first route that you always want on the field when you're facing man coverage, whip routes. You're going to see this is the 3rd time in a row. We're going to get people wide open as long as we have time in the pocket. Right there, I get 3 times in a row, wide open people. And right there, we had both whips. And I'm going to do this again against man coverage. We're going to see here, they get wide open again. And this also is on the highest difficulty, Heisman. And we are getting these whips open every time against man coverage, just like that. Once again, we get a ton of yards on the play because whips are just that good. So that's the first route, whips. Put them on the field when facing man coverage. Now the next route I want to go over, we're in a new formation here. We're in trips tight end. I want to go over the tight end drag. The tight end drag when they're on the line of scrimmage is so good against man. You're going to see here that against man defense, we can get wide open separation versus man the majority of the time. And that's the key. Routes that beat man the majority of the time. High percentage man beating routes. And you're going to see here again, that tight end is on a drag. So you're going to see he creates separation there. Right there, the man defense did a pretty good job against that drag. So let's do that again. Let's see if we can create some separation. Right there we do. So you see right there the randomness of man coverage. The key, once again, is putting combos on the field or routes that beat man coverage the majority of the time. That doesn't mean all of the time. Nothing's 100% in football. But if we can put our players in positions the majority of the time to be successful, you're going to see we could move the ball against man coverage. Let's do this one more time. Tight end drag. Let's see if we can create separation. He plays well there. So there we go. Now we're, I believe, what, 2 for 2 or 2 for 4 or 3 for 5, something like that. Let's do this again. Tight end drags. They're still very good right there. We create some separation. Ooh, we don't create separation. All right, let's do this one more time. Let's show you that the drag is still very good. Right there, he gets bagged once again, but let's just do this one more time. Promise you they're very good. Use them on the field. Here we go, tight end drag. We're gonna snap the ball right there. There we create separation. So you see, it might not be as good as the zig. That's why I wanted to show the zig first, because zigs are probably the best man beater, but tight end drags are also very good. Now, another route that I want to go over is a speed out. And now speed outs are really good against man coverage, and you're going to see that here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put the outside receiver on a speed out. We can do that by pressing Y or triangle, clicking that outside receiver's icon, and then going to the left with the left stick. Then we're going to custom stem that speed out up 2 times with the D-pad. We can do that by pressing Y or triangle, clicking the receiver's icon, then holding LB or L1 and clicking the D-pad up 2 times. So 1, 2, you're going to see that that speed out is now around, 15 yards. So we're going to snap the ball, and you're going to see that the speed out could create separation on the sidelines with a really good pass lead down and to the outside and come back to the ball. So right here, I'm going to go to the instant replay. And right here, you see we're playing a very good corner. I believe he has a star on him. I don't know who that is, but he gets pressed, but with a pass lead down, so we pass led the ball like down here, with a pass lead down and away, we could then click onto the receiver and come back to the ball like we did there and get a catch. So let's do this one more time. So we're going to put him on a speed out, custom stem him up, then we're going to snap the ball, and you're going to see we could come back to the ball and get that easy catch. So speed outs are also very good against man. So let's do this one more time to show you that we can get 3 for 3 here. I'm going to snap the ball. We have this speed out. We're going to come back to the ball just like that. And when I come back to the ball, I usually aggressive catch it by pressing triangle or Y on Xbox. So once again, in the instant replay, we have this speed out. He beats him off the line here, but we are running a speed out. We pass lead the ball down. We come back to the ball, aggressive catch it, and we get an easy catch on the sidelines for a consistent 10 to 15 yards to that speed out. Another very good man beater is a dig. And right here on our outside receiver, Williams, on the left side, we have a dig route, which is usually about a 10 to 15 yard in route. You're going to see that digs do a very good job at beating man coverage. And right there, we do get separation, and we're able to get a very good rat catch and get up the field. And these also beat man coverage a good portion of the time. So we're going to snap the ball, and we have a really good matchup over there. That corner is really good, but on that break, we're able to create separation, and we get a horrible throw by Milrow. I don't know what the heck happened there, but you saw when I go to the instant replay, even though he gets pressed initially, he's still able to create a ton of separation on that break. And if we get a good ball there, we're might be even scoring a touchdown right there. So let's do this again. We're going to watch that outside receiver, and that dig is going to create separation just like that. And we get a very good catch. And again, if we have a better throw, we can probably catch that in stride. So here we go. We're going to snap the ball, and we're going to see this dig create more separation once again. We get a good throw. We get up the field for a huge gain. So digs are also very good. Let's do this again. Probably our last time here. Let's try to go 4 for 4 here with our dig. He creates some separation. Can we get a good ball? We do. And we get around a 15 to 20 yard gain to our dig. So digs are another good man beater that you need to have on the field when you're facing man coverage. So another thing I see people struggle with is blocking blitzes. So right now, I'm in the play double mug, the formation double mug, and I'm running the play mid blitz 0, and it's the meta in this game. And you're going to see a lot of people put their user in the middle of the formation, and then we're going to snap the ball on offense, and usually there will be a free rusher, and you get sacked instantly. But there's one way you can block these types of blitzes, and, well, there's a couple ways, but the best way is what I'm going to show you right here. All you need to do is block your tight end, and then you're going to ID the opposite side D end. So the opposite side D end is this player right here where that M icon is. So the tight end's on the left side, number 81, and then we have the opposite side D end on the other side where that M is. So what we're going to do, once again, we're going to block the tight end, and then we're going to ID the opposite D end. So we can do that by holding LB or L1, then pressing A or X, and then you're going to move the M icon over that D end, and then select that player by pressing A or X again. So we're just confirming that we're putting the mic on that player. So that formula is going to block this blitz, and we're going to have time to throw the ball to our open receivers with man beating routes, because usually in this formation, people are running man coverage. So we're going to snap the ball here, and you're going to see we're going to have time in the pocket, a lot of time in the pocket there, and we can throw it to our open receivers if Milrow decides to throw it to our player. So let's just do that again. We're going to block the tight end. We're going to ID the opposite side D end, and we're going to try to throw it to this zig route. And right here, we have a ton of time in the pocket, and right there, we're able to throw it right to his chest, and we get a ton of yards. And touchdown. Touchdown. Woo! I don't know what just happened there, but it happened. But you saw there that we had a ton of time in the pocket. We blocked the tight end, we ID'd the opposite D end, and look at this time. This blitz is no longer. So even if we were to do this, right? So even if we were to put our user, right, in the middle, like usually people do, block the tight end, ID the opposite side D end, you're going to see that we're still going to have a ton of time in the pocket, and we can throw it to our open wide receivers on man beaters. So that's one way, or really it's one way and the best way to block these types of blitzes. Now, another popular way that people blitz is with loop blitzes, and loop blitzes are very good. And you're going to see right here, the loop comes in, I get sacked pretty much instantly. How can we stop loop blitzes? It's very simple. If you simply just run a play action play, you can block this loop, and it's super, super easy. You're gonna see when I run a play action play, the loop doesn't loop. He just gets blocked. He pretty much just runs straight. And we have all this time to make a good read. Whereas, once again, if I run a non-play action play, so this is a non-play action play, that loop is gonna come in completely free, and we get sacked once again instantly, and of course we get a fumble. Now, the other thing about play action plays here, it not only blocks the loop, but you can also put your running back on a route, so you don't actually have to go through with the whole play action. You can put your running back on a route, you can put your tight end on a route, you're just blocking 5 here, and it will still block the loop. Right here, he doesn't loop, he literally just runs straight, and we're able to have all this open pocket to throw in. Jalen Milroe is just freaking phenomenal, I guess, but you saw there that the loop didn't loop. So let's do this again. Let's go to PA verticals once again. Oh, I did not mean to flip the play. 1 second. Let's go to PA verticals. Once again, we're going to put that running back on a route. Don't worry about the route concept I have here. We're literally just looking at the blitz. In the blitz, the loop does not come in. We get shedded there, but the loop didn't come in. And you see, if we do not get shedded, we're going to have all this room in the pocket. So let's do this one more time. Hopefully we don't get shedded. So we're going to go to PA verticals, right? The play action play. Then we're going to put the tight end on a route, the running back on a route. And you're going to see that the loop does not loop, and we have all this time to just throw to our open receivers, get up the field for easy gains. So again, if you want to block the loop, all you have to do is run a play action play. Now, if you want to see these tips in live action, I have a gameplay channel where I post Madden and college football gameplay videos, so be sure to click on this video if you're interested.